This is a choreography breakdown for Human Again. So the music starts and Lumiere and Mrs. Potts are having a conversation. And as that's happening, everybody, I think, depending on your blocking for that scene, is sort of trickling into their dance places. Our big V that we have set up with our stairs, which we will one day begin to practice on. And there's a little bum 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 in the music, and everybody freezes in their pose. And Lumiere starts, I'll be cooking again, be good looking again, with a mademoiselle on each arm. And Madame comes from this side, and Mrs. Potts comes from this side, and they sort of sneak into that little hole where his arm is. They sneak in and freeze again. And he steps through. When I'm human again, only human again, poised and polished and gleaming with charm. He's going to start to go down the stairs and sort of tease Babette, who is frozen there, with charm. I'll be courting again. And she's going to come over to him, chic and sporting again. And the stage is still pretty frozen, and Mrs. Potts just moves her head, which should cause several husbands alarm. Chip is going to hop down off of the step. I'll hop down off this shelf. Lumiere takes a step down stage, and toot sweet be myself. Chip says, I can't wait. And we all take a little breath. On wait, I can't wait to be human again. And we all get into places. Lumiere and Chip come center beneath the balcony. So they're just on flat stage. Everybody else goes to their place on the steps. Okay. If you are Bear's cast, you're slightly different for this little chorus.
Shoulder head.
Shoulder first. Okay, so for Bears, when we're human again, only human again. Da 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 da. So to the left and the right and the left. If you're Lions, Tigers, PC, it's head and then our little cross step, bouncy bounce. When we're human again, only human again. To the left, to the right, to the left. Chip says, little push, little shove. And if you're on the stairs, you use that as your opportunity to go off of the stairs. Little push, little shove. They could whoosh, fall in love. We all whoosh to come in towards the center. So then we're all on flat stage again, and we come in towards Lumiere and Chip. They could whoosh, fall in love. And Madame says, ah, chérie, won't the love be top drawer? Babette says, I'll wear lipstick and rouge. And we all do our putting on of the lipstick, whatever it is. Right. Madame says, and I won't be so huge. And all of our arms come up. And I won't be so huge. Why, I'll easily fit through that door. And we all try to shimmy through the door. Babette says, I'll exude savoir-faire. And everybody does their little sophisticated lady pose. Everybody moves as Madame sings, I'll wear gowns, I'll have hair. And we all pray towards the center. It's my prayer to be human again. And we hold there as Cogsworth makes his way. And he has his little bit. When I'm human again, only human again. When the world once more, and he looks at the rest of the principals. When the world once more starts making sense. And they look to the corner in wonderment. They're like dreaming about the future. I'll unwind for a change. Lumiere comes up to make fun of him. Really, that'll be strange. And Cogsworth, can I help if I'm too tense? And he goes back to daydreaming. So Lumiere ruins his daydream, and then Cogsworth goes back to it. In a shack by the sea, I'll sit back, sipping tea. And we do this tiny little trust fall. Depending on the cast, depending on the different characters are catching. So I think most of us know who is catching and who is not. So tiny trust fall, I'll sit back sipping tea. Let my early retirement commence. Lumiere sticks his little nosy face underneath Cogsworth, and he notices he disrupts his daydream again. And whoever is holding Cogsworth has to give him a little push up. He'll need a little boost. Far from fools made of wax, I'll get down to brass tacks. And we all look at the audience and relax when I'm human again. And then we exit. So whoever's on this side of the stage, I think for most casts it's Cogsworth, Madame, and Chip. And then over here, typically I think most casts is Lumiere, Babette, and Mrs. Potts. And they exit this way, upstage, and upstage. Belle and Beast have their scene. Our cue to enter is Beast saying, "Dinner, me, with you, that be, I mean, oh yes." And we all trickle back on, and we wait by the steps. So then depending on the cast, we have little solos that happen going across the stage. The first mover comes from stage left, and they do piqué turns across the stage on "We'll be dancing again, we'll be twirling again, we'll be whirling around with such ease." And they go to the downstage right corner. Next person to go comes from this side of the stage, and they do the little, the balancé, the turning balancé, on "When we're human again, only human again, we'll go waltzing those old 1, 2, 3s. And then the third is always Mrs. Potts and Chip come together into the center, and they do, it might be hard because they're costumes, but they do little pas de bourrées, baby pas de bourrées, on "We'll be floating again, we'll be gliding again, stepping, striding as fine as you please." While they're doing that, the two left by the stairs is Cogsworth and then somebody else, depending on, trade places. They trade places, so they go to their right partner in just a second. And then keep in mind, if you're not doing a solo across the stage, so if you're not turning, you're swaying. "We'll be dancing again, we'll be twirling again, we'll be whirling around with until it's your turn to go. So then somebody turns across the stage, somebody balances across the stage, the Potts family does their little pas de bourrées. And so we've come to these sort of partners. So Chip and Mrs. Potts are a partner, Madame and Cogsworth are partners, and Babette and Lumiere are partners. And on "Like a Real Human Does," we do our waltz. So if you are Lumiere, Cogsworth, or Mrs. Potts, you are leading the waltz. So you are stepping forward. So you'll step, left foot will always step to the side, side 1, 2, and then front 1, 2, side 1, 2, front 1, 2. If you are Babette, Chip, or Madame, you're just following. So you will always step left foot again to the side, side 1, 2, right foot goes back 1, 2, left, side 1, 2, right, back 1, 2. And we're gonna have that step so down that we don't do this, right? We're gonna look at our partner, we're gonna look out to the audience, and we keep waltzing. We do this really whooshy, whooshy, whooshy waltz until when we're finally reborn and we're all. So by the time we hit the word all, we're all facing the audience. All of us human. So the arm sort of, ooh, like comes to life. Human again. So the left foot comes in as we stick the arms down, out, and up. And then there's a final bump, bump, bump in the music where our shoulders and our chest is just sort of go up one last little time.